help during a mental health crisis will soon be as easy as dialing 988. Starting July 16th, you will be able to dial the new 3-digit number, which routes callers to the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. News 19's Becky Buds has more.
Natalie Foudy is no stranger to mental health struggles.
Depression, anxiety, and ADHD myself, as well as having, times when life was really hard.
Despite having suicidal thoughts, she never called the Suicide Prevention Lifeline.
When I was in need, I couldn't remember the number, and it requires a lot of forethought and executive function. And
getting help will soon get easier. Starting July 16th, a new 988 number is replacing the longer 1-800 number tied to the Suicide Prevention Lifeline. Director of the National Alliance on Mental Illness South Carolina calls it a game changer.
But it's also an opportunity to get people the treatment that they need.
Bill Lindsay says in 2019, the Lifeline received 30,000 calls from South Carolina. Right now, the state only has one call center, which is located in Greenville.
They're handling about 80% of the calls.
Lindsay says the goal is to get to 100%.
You're in a mental health crisis, you don't want to be on hold at all. But the other thing is, if it's in another state, they may not have access to the resources that we have in our state.
Lindsay expects to see a significant increase in calls when 988 launches.
Call volume is going to increase maybe 4 or 5-fold.
To support the increase, state lawmakers have approved $1.3 million in the state budget to fund a second call center in Charleston. However, they did not pass legislation to create long-term funding to support the call centers.
For it to be sustainable, the state will, have to pony up and carry the weight for to keep it going.
Foudy is now the executive director of Key Changes Therapy Services, which helps people through music therapy. She wants people to know seeking help is a sign of strength.
We all face it in one way, shape, or another, and that there's nothing weak about seeking help.
Reporting in Columbia, Becky Buds, News 19 WLTX.
Well, our state currently has one mental health crisis stabilization unit. According to Lindsay, 4 more units will be opening soon, including one in the Columbia area.